Okay.
Well, welcome, Missy, to your exit interview of I Said I Report Royal.
Thank
We
you.
were so sorry to see your exit be so early. Um, so yeah, just tell us like overall how you felt. I know it was like you only lasted for 2 rounds, but how did you like it?
It was fun. I liked the twists. I liked, getting to play the game itself. I can't say that like I really vibed with anybody too much on my tribe. And I think that's probably what the problem was. You know, it definitely felt like there were a lot of like scheming people, but I knew like that round because nobody was saying anything. So I knew that round I was going. And then I was on the phone with Benji like 10 minutes before tribal. Okay. And I'm telling him, I'm pretty sure I'm going to go. And he's like, oh no, that would be awful. And finally, I'm like, do you know who you're going to vote for? And he's like, no. And I'm like, you lying sack of shit. I didn't say that, but I'm like, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to get off this call. Like, I knew. And you have your moments that like you have to lie, but if you don't have to lie, you probably should just, I don't know, balls up. But then again, I lied to Rachel, so I'm a hypocrite, but whatever. It's okay. It was fun though. Loved getting a chance, to interact with Prod.
Where do you, I mean, other than, like you said, you didn't get to, like, you really didn't mesh well with your tribe. Do you
Yeah.
think that, like, that round you were a little bit more active, do you think it was anything you could have done to save yourself? Is there any wiggle room at all that you see?
Honestly, I did try reaching out to people, like I did. But even since round one, you would try to talk to people and they would just give you like one sentence answers, closed-ended responses. You know what I mean? So it did kind of feel like people were not really interested in getting to know me. I did talk to Bobby for a while. And I thought there was a chance, but like, I don't know. I kind of feel like people had already teamed up. I think Rachel's got her heels in dug deep. I look forward to her getting voted out.
I have a
What?
question. I have a
Yes.
question, Missy.
Yeah.
So, like, let's rewind back to like that first episode. Y'all lost the challenge, and like typically in like first votes, a 6-4 like split in a first tribal is a way to start off a dynamic for a tribe, right? Do
Yeah.
you think being on the wrong side of that vote made it easier for you to be a target in that
Mhm.
second loss and stuff like? And tell me like how you got on the wrong side of the vote. What happened from your perspective?
Okay. Yeah. So first things first, the second I realized that it was a 6-4 vote, I knew that I was definitely like in the minority of something, that something big was happening. I was pretty confident that that was going to work against me. So, the game starts and I reached out. I sent everybody a message. And some people just, like I said, really closed-ended responses. Like Max had zero interest in getting to know me. Megan really didn't talk much. Livingston talked, but you could tell he wasn't really trying to work together. And then there's Anthony. Anthony was talkative and Nay was talkative. And they're like, we should work together. And, let's add maybe one or two more people. Um, and they're like, yeah, let's do Benji. And I'm like, yeah, I think we should do Benji too, because Benji's going to be here a while. And so a group was made and it seemed like it was doing okay. But keep in mind, I had to miss that first tribal. I mean, I didn't have to, but I really did. I didn't need to play any games that night. Um, given the day that it was and stuff. And so I had a feeling, because it never goes that smooth, and Anthony's like, oh, it's going to be great. We've got this taken care of and that taken care of. No, that's not how it went. But I honestly think the other six were working together. And I'm sure they're going to turn on each other if they haven't already. Was not expecting to see Bobby like voted out next round. Was not expecting that. I really thought that he was going to go further.
Well, okay. So you did mention the 4 people that, or like you, Benji, Nay, Anthony, which I was
Yeah.
actually rooting for. Minus Anthony was like the parents, my 30 plusers. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I was rooting like of what could have been. Um, and then it was 6-4. So obviously no majority there.
Yeah.
If history repeated itself, Nay should have been the one following if since Benji's captain protected. And I don't know if you were aware, but that in that vote, Benji, a power was played and Benji was brought over to the other team. So Benji was in that tribal council. JB from the other tribe came over and was at the tribal council where Bobby got voted out of. What do you think happened there? Sorry, Rocky. I'm just like taking over your exit interview.
Oh no, I like
Rocky,
that. I
I
like
said, Rocky, you do the questions. Here I am.
I
Oh
like
yeah,
what if
go,
I
if you go look at the pre-jury, they've been popping off, so you can catch up on a lot of stuff. But yeah, that's what happened.
I was reading through some of it. Yeah. Honestly, the thing is that Bobby was a threat. Bobby was a threat. And I don't know, coming off with that much confidence, I mean, like I saw him as a threat. Do you know what I mean? I just felt pretty powerless. Honestly, like, yeah, it could have been Nate. Like, okay, let me back up for a second. I do feel like the second that 4-person group, like Anthony was voted out, I knew that Benji and Nate were not going to like still try and stay together as a team. It didn't feel like a ride or die situation by any means, you know? But I also think that me fucking up with that harmonica made me a pretty easy target. And I'm so mad at
That
myself because I
goddamn
thought I was on top of
harmonica.
it. Do what?
That goddamn harmonica.
I swear too, because I'm thinking, I remember thinking a couple of times, like, do I need to send that again? And I'm like, no, you already sent it. You know, the results haven't come. I messed up. Oh, I messed up. And they
So
saw
do
that
you
as
think?
their reason.
I was like, do you think that was an easy scapegoat? Like she
Oh,
didn't
yeah.
play the harmonica. Let's vote her out.
Yeah. Yeah. I think it was an easy scapegoat. I do. I think that there's a group, a power group working together on that tribe. And, you know, obviously they're not going to go for Benji. So it really would have come down between me and Nay, and I didn't play the harmonica, so I was an easy target. But it obviously wasn't going to be anybody from their group. And nothing quite irritates me more than people being like, oh no, I don't, you know, there's a chance I might not be safe. I'm like, shut up. I can see it on every one of your faces. It's me. Like, get out of here with that shit, dude. Save it for somebody who's buying it.
Not the pissing on me and telling me it's raining.
Yeah. Yeah.
Going
I
back
was
to what
irritated.
going back to what Sandy said. So you mentioned that there was a power group and they were going to take out either you or Nate, and they decided to take out you. So going back to what Sandy said, where do you think that shift changed for it to be Bobby?
Ah, God, I don't even know. I do think that maybe they just saw Bobby as a threat. You know, he does okay in comps and he is a social person. And I do think like he's a fast talker. Like the thing is, you don't know if he's blowing smoke up your ass or not when he's talking. Um, but like it's really easy to be like pumped up by him. Does that make sense? And so yeah, people probably thought that was a threat. I don't know anything about that person that just that got switched over from the other tribe. You said somebody came from the other tribe, right?
Oh, JB3, yeah, it was a power used, and Benji got switched with JB3, and Benji was safe for the tribal while he was at Calico.
That's well played. Very well played. I don't know. I mean, like, I'm good on them for getting Bobby out. I liked Bobby a lot, but like he definitely, I think if he made it too far, he had the ability to win the whole thing. I really didn't think they were going to get him out that quick. So now I'm like, now who's running it? You know, Max, Livingston. I underestimated Rachel. I did. And I think she's really, really comfortable. At first I was going to throw, because I had no idea who to vote for because I knew it was going to be me, you know? And so I'm like, whatever, throw my vote. And at first I was leaning towards voting out Max. but something about like Rachel's just comfort level when talking during tribal, like I went into that tribal with every intention of just throwing my vote on Max. And I was like, I know this is not going to make a difference, but if it's just sticking it to her for even a second, I'm here for it. Cause I just did not like the energy. I know I sound petty and salty, but I am.
Oh my God. I love
Dying.
it. Definitely have to use that as a bit, like when we're editing clips, Sandy. I know I sound salty, but I am. Well, I don't know if you've paid attention. Next round is a double.
Ooh.
So who would you like to see from your original tribe? And I know you don't know Calico, but who do you think like off of first impressions will be coming in from Calico?
Who do I think all the what?
Who do you think off first impressions will be coming in from Calico, but who do you want to come in from your tribe?
Rachel would be a good one. And also low-key a little bit Taisha. And I'm gonna tell you why, because but just before the first tribal, I had talked to her briefly before too. And bless her heart, she bullshitted me so hard. She bullshitted me so hard. And she's like, yeah, I really just think they're sorry. Can y'all hear me?
Yeah.
Sorry, somebody tried calling me. It always works that way. Anyway, she bullshitted me a bit. And then, I mean, obviously there was a plan that whole time. And yeah, I'd be fine seeing her go too. Like, keep in mind, I'm sure all of these people are great personally, but in the game, they can all suck it. And I mean that from the bottom of my heart. As far as Calico goes, honestly, I don't care who goes as long as it's not Venus. I want Venus to win.
Okay. Is that who you're rooting for? Venus, the whole thing.
The whole thing. I want her to win the whole thing. And she can. I'm telling you, she can do this. She's got this.
Okay. Well, do you have anything? Oh, I do have one more question for you, Missy. If ever invited to play iSurvivor, would you ever come back?
Yeah, absolutely. Hopefully I'd last more than 2 rounds next time.
Do you feel like your story hasn't ended yet?
Oh no, definitely not. It's definitely not ended.
So if ever casting for iSurvivor Unfinished Business, we can call you, is what you're saying.
At any point, I will never say no to y'all.
Love.
In fact, I would like for y'all to strongly consider that because I want another chance. 2 rounds is not enough.
Missy, I know playing with you personally and watching you other games that you are a force, especially a social force. So I was so sad to see you go so early. Like I told you, I really appreciate you being one of the first to respond to me, our first interview. Regardless of what, you were great as always.
Thank you.
Do you have anything you want to end? Oh yeah, do you have any advice for future players of iSurvivor?
Yeah, honestly, even though like real life does get in the way sometimes, you just gotta like pay really, really close attention. Don't be afraid to ask questions, even if you think you're gonna look stupid. And talk, stay active, but don't trust a bitch. So, but It's been great. I wish I had gotten to play longer. But I did have fun, and I love all of y'all for even considering me.
Oh, Missy, between your relationship with Drew and your relationship with Rocky, I'm like one in the trifecta who like hasn't been blessed with this experience of knowing the Missy. So I personally feel robbed, obviously. But you have a great energy. I loved getting to know you. Hope you enjoyed the time you played, but I don't know, there's just something that feels like I will be seeing you sometime soon, whether as a host or if I finally get the pleasure of being a dynamic duo with you, just like Rocky and Drew did.
Yes, I would love either one of those.
Okay. Love you, Missy. Yes. Thank you so much.
I love y'all.
We'll see you in the pre-jury and we will make sure we update y'all.
Sounds good. I will see y'all soon.
All right, baby.